Hello, Taurus. This is Lola, your Empress of Love, and I am giving you the tea on love and romance. Taurus, today this reading will cover September 2017. I'm covering the last few weeks of September. I'd like to say to those of you that have liked, subscribed, and or gotten personal readings, I'd like to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you again. For those of you that would like to get a personal reading, Taurus, you can reach me at www.whatsthettarot.com. There you can book your reading. I offer same-day readings as well as readings by appointment. Again, welcome to my channel, Taurus. And again, thank you for your liking, subscribing, and booking for personal readings. Okay, we are going to get started. The first card up, Taurus, you have for the love and romance reading that we're covering today is the Fool card. The Fool card indicates that for some of you, Taurus, you are feeling like you are not totally ready to commit to a relationship. Some of you may feel like you want to totally get into this new relationship or commit to this relationship, while another part of you may feel like you want to hold things at bay. Ultimately, you may be feeling a lot risky, some of you, as it relates to getting further involved in a relationship. Or you may feel that it is a risk in getting involved further in a relationship. Just know that you will have what you need when you need it, although it may come in a way that you don't think that you need or want. In other words, what you need may come in a different form or in a different way than what you expect that it would be coming. But do know that the help that you need is available to you. The next card that I pulled is a follow-up card for the first card, which I pulled the first card to give me pretty much the main focus of what's going on with you, Tauruses. And as I said, with the first card, many of you, or I should say some of you, are feeling that you are not ready to make that full commitment that someone may be asking of you. But the second card is the Magician card, and that card is in the reverse. Now, I will say for some of you Tauruses, perhaps I'm going to say for the women, this would be one of the best cards in the deck to get. However, because it is in the reverse position, I'm going to say beware. Beware of that guy, and I want to say joker, that is in your life, or he may be just new in your life, or he may be coming in your life, okay? Very, very soon, if he's not already there. I'm going to say beware, because it appears that this is the right guy. It appears that he has all that it takes to make things work the right way. And guess what? He may very well have all of those things. But I'm going to say that at this time, for you Tauruses, some of you, beware, because of this Magician card being in the reverse position. And because it's in the reverse position, this person is not um, using his full potential. He may have all the fixings and what have you, but he's not doing what he's supposed to do. And it could be that he's just not ready. It could be that he's a manipulator. It could be that he is the guy with the master plan, but he's not. He's not the master of planning. Therefore, because he has not planned properly, he is not in the proper place. Um, just beware. Just beware. It's one of those things that I'm going to say that if this were in the upright position, I would say that it is the ideal person coming into your life, though you don't think so or see it coming, that a wonderful love affair would be imminent. But because it is in the reverse, I am going to say that this person would appear as being too good to be true. And you know what they say about that? If it appears to be too good to be true, then it is too good to be true. And that's what you have in this person, um, Tauruses, for some of you. Now, for the male Tauruses, I'm going to say that you may very well be the person that is acting like this. Now, I know that the magician represents the Aries and all like that, number one, and so forth and so on. But I'm gonna say for you Taurus men that you may very well be the one that is acting in a way that um, you should not be. You may be manipulating a woman. You may be trying to get something out of her um, rather than sharing what you have with her. You may be looking at what she has, and your plan may be to take what she has and escape with it, or to use her for what she has. Um, in a situation where generally um, the magician card would indicate good love, and you're being in a place of good love. You may even have a good woman, but you're taking advantage of her. Those of you Tauruses that this magician resonate with in the reverse position, and you know who you are. Um, because you know that you have smarts, but guess what? You're using them for naught, and you are thinking that you are being slick. Instead of being wise, you're thinking that you're being slick. And I want to say that you don't really care about the woman in your life. You're just trying to use her for what she has and for what you can get from her. And that's not nice. Okay? So, with the women, for some of you Tauruses, I want to say that if this Joker is in your life, he is trying to use you. Yes, he may have what you think it could take, but almost doesn't count. And I want to say that this guy would be one that you would describe as close but no cigar. Okay? Because it seems like he would just be perfect, but he is being manipulative. I mean, if he was to turn himself around and get it together, then it could work with you guys. But I want to tell you, it's not going to, because he's not going to. He's going to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to keep not working or operating at his fullest capacity. He's going to keep being lazy. And it's just not going to work. So beware of that person for some of you Tauruses. Um, the next card up comes from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck, and this is the book that I'm going to read from that comes with the card. And the card that came up for you, Taurus, is the number 21 card, which is the card that says Embrace. And the book says the key words here are achieve, welcome, appreciate, dreams, wholeness, and contentment. When it comes to love, the universe is smiling upon you at this time. Energies are moving and shifting, coming together to give you exactly what you need and want. Your efforts to clarify your heart's desire, to be present in current relationships, and to actively manifest new relationships are now bearing fruit. In this moment, you are in a position to achieve all that you have dreamed of regarding matters of the heart. Your dreams are ready to manifest. Allow all of the pieces to gently fall into place. Don't resist. Just embrace. Your own personal energies are combining to bring you to a new level of being whole and perfect. To a new level of being whole and perfect. This will allow your relationship to fall into place beautifully as well. To support this process of integration, work with your concept of having an open and grateful heart. Express appreciation for many blessings in your life. As you go through your day, be aware of the grace that surrounds you. Grace shows itself in both large and small ways. The larger manifestation of grace may be your family, your health, and your home. However, there are many smaller manifestations of grace that can also be acknowledged. Appreciate the warm sun on your face, the cool breeze blowing through your hair, the lovely flower growing from a crack in a stone. The lovely flower growing from a crack in a stone wall. By being grateful, you surround yourself with contentment, and through the law of attraction, you will welcome more of the same, including more fulfilling relationships. The affirmation here, the book says, I acknowledge my many blessings and am open to receiving my heart's desire. That affirmation again is, I acknowledge my many blessings and I am open to receiving my heart's desires. And this card would correspond with the traditional tarot card, the World. Okay? Which means that you've come full circle. Now, the next card comes from the Quick and Easy deck. Okay. All right. The Quick and Easy deck there. All right. Okay, now those of you that have listened to my videos in the past, you will know that I expressed my feelings about these cards, the Quick and Easy deck, which I do recommend for those of you that would like to get into reading for yourself and for others. This is a good deck to begin with because it has the words on the front and it has the upright and the reverse on the card and the meaning as it relates to this particular deck. Now, my personal experience with this deck is that I once wanted to burn them. I wanted to throw them in the trash, and I'm so glad that I didn't. But I wanted to do that because I was going through a tough time in my life, and every card that I pulled, each card got worse than the last card. And the one thing that I have to say is that no, I did not like what was being revealed to me, but I have to say forewarned is forearmed, because I was going through a tough time in my life and the cards were not good coming up, but they were accurate. And in their accuracy, it helped me to prepare for the tough time that I was going through. So there you have it, my story about the quick and easy deck. So I'm going to read to you what's on the front of the card, and you have drawn the star card, which is another good card for love and romance, just so you know. And it is in the upright position, and the card says, this is the card of inspiration, insight, and hope. Dreams for the future will come true. Contact with someone who will dramatically change your life. Strong love between two people. Entering a period of serenity and satisfaction. Enjoy this calm period. Emotional needs are filled. Share your good fortune. Okay, so now that's a good card. The star card is a good card for love and romance, and the magician card is a good card for love and romance as well. Even the world card could be a good card for love and romance. And here we have in the Psychic Tarot deck for the heart, you have the Embrace card. You even have the Fool card, which is not a bad card as it relates to love and romance. It just indicates that you're not ready to totally and fully commit to a relationship, because part of you wants to hold things at bay while another part of you want to jump in with full abandonment and just go for what you know. The one card that is the one of the best cards in the deck, as I said before, which is the Magician card, and that card is in the reverse. That tells me that for some of you Tauruses, you are coming into a place of where good love is all around you. Even as it is in the Magician card, you have the roses on the card, which indicates a time of smelling the roses. You know, you have the lilies, which indicate spiritual love, and so forth and so on. The one thing that I will say is that in the reverse, you have the roses and the lilies that are pretty much the main focus of the card, which says that it is a situation where, as it relates to love and romance, you will need God's intervention. You will need spiritual intervention in this situation with this card in the reverse position. Because the magician, everything that he has and all of his skills and abilities, he's not using them for good cause, or perhaps he's being lazy and just sleeping on, his skills or what have you. So for some of you Tauruses, you may want to pay close attention to that person in your life. And at the same time, for some of you, you are going to get that love that you are seeking, and that person that is going to bless your life. Because you have the star card, and the star card represents wishing upon a star. And when the star card shows up in your reading, it indicates that that wish that you have wished is going to be coming true. For those of you Tauruses that have the experience with the magician in the reverse, I would ask you to do me a favor and submit into the comment section what you're going through, and perhaps you may even want to call for a personal reading, or you want to go on and book a personal reading. You can go to www.whatsthettarot.com to book your personal reading, because this may be a difficult time for you to get through, because it's nothing more frustrating when you have the right stuff to work with, but you're not using it. Or when someone is in your life that you know has such potential, but they're not using the potential for good. It can be quite frustrating. So, with the Star card, for those of you whose wishes are coming true, more power to you. This card usually shows up after you've been waiting, after you've gone through, after you've had a situation that appeared not to work out for you, and the Star card shows up. It's you want to say it's high time. You just ready for it, and it's just good for you. Also, I want to say for some of you Tauruses, this magician that is in the reverse, he may not be ready now for some of you, but with the Star card coming up, it may be that in the future you guys may get together. Maybe not right now for some of you, because he is not getting himself together right now. So therefore, in the future, it may work out for some of you Tauruses with this magician that's in the reverse. I don't know why, but for some reason, I got the feeling that for some of you Tauruses, this magician may have come up in the reverse because this person could be incapacitated for some reason. He could be incarcerated, in jail, locked up, is why he's not operating in his full potential, is why he's not able to use the tools that he has to build anything that he wants to build. This magician card is a card of creativity, it's a card of skills, it's a card of power. But in the reverse, those things are not operating at the full potential. You're using your power for negativity, or you're using your power against someone, and that type of thing. Your skills, you're not operating in them. You're not doing what you're supposed to do because you're being lazy, or you're not using your creativity, or you're thinking about things in a creative way, but you're not putting the action into it to make it come to fruition. So for you, some of you Tauruses, you are going to get that right love, and you are going to get it right this time. It's going to be, it is the time for good love, and this is the right time. So with that, I'm going to conclude that portion of the reading, and I'm going to move on to my tea leaf fortune cards. Okay, you have them. Okay, tea leaf fortune cards. Okay, I'm going to move these out of the way, and with the tea leaf fortune cards, for some of you Tauruses, the first card up is the ink pot. And ink pot indicates problems to be solved. Problems to be solved, meaning that there are problems that some of you Tauruses are not wanting to face. You see the problem, but you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to face it. But this card is coming up to tell you that it is time that you face your problems, and it is time that you be about getting the issues resolved. Okay? It is time that you get those problems resolved, because you see what's going on, and it could be with this magician in the reverse, because you're thinking and feeling that, oh, he has such great potential, but if he's not operating in it, then step back and let him get it right. And for those of you Tauruses that are male, if this is you that are operating in the reverse, and as the magician card comes up here, it is time for you to get the problems that you are not wanting to face resolved. Okay? Then you have the bird perched. Okay? The bird perched card indicates waiting for news, a package, or a letter to come. Meaning that for some of you Tauruses, you are waiting for something to come either via a package, a letter, or for some news to come. All right? Then you have the door. The door card indicates opportunities are waiting for you. But in this card, the door card, it is a card where, if you can see that, the door is closed. Okay? And this is a situation where you will have to open the door, walk through the door, in order for you to get the opportunities that are waiting for you. This is not an open door. This is a door that you will have to open, walk through, and indulge in the opportunities or exercise the opportunities that are there waiting for you. Okay? Then you have the peacock. The peacock indicates that you should beware of great pride, meaning that as the male peacock struts around showing his stuff, this card is saying to you Tauruses, do not do that. Okay? Was that a double negative? Well, okay. Do not do that. Don't strut your stuff. Don't brag or even self-grandidize yourself in your accomplishments, or talk about the things that you may have accomplished. Even if you have accomplished these things, this card is warning you against talking about it, bragging about it, showing off, and just letting everybody know what's going on with you. That's not what you should be doing. There may be a time for you to talk about, show, and tell. This is not the time. When you get this card, it is saying to you, chill out. Go somewhere and sit down and stop telling your business, okay? In short. But you do not want to show yourself off, okay? The next card is the flute. The flute card indicates disappointment in a friend or lover. There is a flute on the front of this card that is lying next to a vase with roses that are dying, which indicates that there's no one playing music anymore, and the roses are dying. So this card indicates that there is disappointment. Actually, it's forewarning you of disappointment in a friend or a lover. So just pay attention to that. Then you have the cup. Some of you Tauruses, this card indicates that you should accept valid criticism. In other words, if someone says something to you that happens to be true, like if for some of you female Tauruses, if you have someone that is warning you about this magician that is in reverse, this person that may have come into your life and he may not be doing what he should be doing, but someone is telling you about that, accept their criticism, because that would be valid criticism. They're not jealous of you. In fact, it's probably people that love you and care about you, and friends that have been around and know what you deserve. And they're telling you that this is not the right guy for you. So, in that sense, this card is saying to you, Taurus, some of you, you need to accept valid criticism, as well as constructive criticism. If someone is saying to you that this guy may not be the right guy, but you feel as though he has the potential, back up and let him get it right. Let him turn himself upright, and then the relationship could flourish and thrive and grow in the way that it should. Okay? So accept valid criticism as long as it's valid and as long as it's constructive, meaning take that criticism and use it to your advantage. The next card you have is the Archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and pathways are opening up for you, some of you Tauruses. And what this card is telling you is that you have to walk through the archway to indulge and enjoy the prosperity and the good things that are beyond the archway. It's pretty much kind of like saying kind of like the same thing that the door said, but it's letting you know that it's something that you have to do. You have to walk through, because on the outside of the archway is nothing much going on. But if you go through the archway, that's where all the happenings are. And so that's what this card is calling you to do, Taurus. It's calling you to take the effort, take the initiative. For the magicians that are in the reverse and being lazy, this card is calling you to take action, to get up and make it happen for you. Okay? Make it happen for yourself. And when I say being lazy, I'm not talking about, well let me say this. I'm not trying to come down on you. I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to get it out there for you so that you will get it and do what you need to do. Okay? I didn't write the cards. I'm only interpreting them as I'm being given the word. Okay? So don't get mad and don't, blast me or whatever. Just take heed and walk through the archway so that you can get your blessings. Okay? Then you have the teapot. Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Okay. This card indicates that think of girls having a tea party. Okay. That type of thing. So it's talking about you embracing your deep friendships with someone of the same sex. Either you are currently enjoying this, or you will be enjoying this type of situation with a person of the same sex. The next card is the Fly card, and this Fly is the card here indicates a period of ill health or depression because the Fly here is partaking of spilled stale wine, and there's a bit of other particles around that's on the background. And this card is saying, pay attention to your lifestyle. Pay attention to how you're living. Pay attention to what you eat. Pay attention to what you ingest. And take a look-see at your lifestyle, that you're not doing things that will cause you to become ill, whether it be emotionally or mentally or physically. Because we can think about negative things to the point that it causes depression. Depression is anger turned inwardly. So this card is indicating or warning you against having ill thoughts or thinking about negativity to the point that it causes depression, or physically ingesting food that's not good for you, or having habits that aren't good for you. This card is calling you to check on those type of things and to just clean it up and do better. Eat better, live better, love better, and think better so that you'll be healthy. The next card is the Dagger card. The Dagger card forewarns of fear, worries, and tense situations, meaning that things will come about for some of you Tauruses that may feel like a dagger has pierced you in some way. And it could come from the disappointment in a friend or lover. And I say that because the Dagger card is next to the Flute card. And sometimes what happens is that you get two cards side by side which connect to each other to give you a better understanding of what the cards are trying to tell you about or help you with or forewarn you about. So pay attention to that there may be tense situations that will involve a friend or a lover. And if you've been worried about or thinking about something that could be an issue with a friend or a lover, this card is indicating that you have some serious situations that you need to take care of. Okay? Then you have the last card, which is the Crown card, which says honor and respect will come to you. Honor and respect will come to some of you Tauruses for some long time or long standing something that you may have done in the past, or that you've been waiting for a time of respect and honor. And I want to say to some of you Tauruses, that could be why it's coming up in the reading for you not to be like the peacock and be prideful or boastful, because you're going to get the honor and respect that you're due, and you don't need to toot your own horn. You'll appreciate it more when it comes from others. Let it be that it comes from others and not from you. So as you remain in your meekness and in your humbleness, you're going to get the honor and respect that you feel is due you anyway. So with that being said, that concludes your reading, Taurus. For those of you that would like to get a personal reading, you can reach me at www.whatsthettarot.com. For your personal reading, you can get a same-day reading if you like, or you can make an appointment for a later time. And I, again, would like to thank those of you that have liked, subscribed, and or gotten personal readings. Thank you so much. And until next time, ciao for now.